Aha, Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris. Dowager is such an interesting word. Like, it's someone who's inherited the position by way of their spouse dying. So, Jocelyn, not really the kingliest of kings. He's just kind of in charge because the queen died, and is waiting for a new queen. Which is interesting. Oh, Elodie. Someday things will go well for you. Alright, this is all stuff we've seen before. Numerous times. Yeah, I've played this before, it turns out. Alright, so where... Camera... Nope, that's not what I was looking for. What am I doing? Everything is a mess. This should go... here? I think this is the place where it's least likely to cover up relevant elements. If it looks like it's covering stuff up, let me know and I can swap it around again. So, here we are, week 1. And for the record, I still have my, my extensive notes that I've been taking. One thing that I've noted that I haven't taken notes on that I still need to is, keeping track of how much attribute gain I get, like the cheerful and all of the different mood affecting stuff, because that'll help me make decisions as to which mood I'm trying to go for in upcoming weeks. So what we're going for right now, the one thing that I want to get out of the way, that I want to absolutely do, is try and succeed at this check. Is it this check, or where is it? It's over here, week 5. I want to succeed at this court manners check. And in order to get court manners up, I think court manners is part of royal demeanor, right? No, court manners is part of conversation. So how do I get conversation up? Can't be pressured. Can't be depressed. So anything but pressured and depressed is fine. So I'm looking to be... anything, really. I either need to get angry or more afraid so that I'm less depressed, or get more cheerful so that I'm less depressed. Either one will take me to afraid. Afraid will still do fine. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Afraid will still do fine on courtly manners, though. Or I can start working on... like, if I want to get royal demeanor also, then I'm looking at... what am I looking at? Royal demeanor is either pressured, but pressure doesn't let me do conversation. Royal demeanor is yielding or cheerful. Literally just those. Only yielding or cheerful. Heinous. Man, why is royal demeanor so hard to do? So I think what I want to be doing now... expression or animal handling is my boost for this month. Or for this week. Maybe I'll just give that a miss and start working on foreign intelligence and internal affairs. Start working on the intrigue stuff. What other check do I really want to be able to make? Like, what's coming up that I want to be able to do? In week 6, I want to be able to climb, assuming that I invite Juliana to stay. I'm pretty sure I'm inviting Juliana to stay, because I want her to take care of the snake for me. This long, in-depth discussion of my decision tree. Which means I want to be able to climb in week 6. So if I do climbing now, all my athletics is down. Everything is a problem. Everything is a problem. I know I get 1 cheerful this week, because I have that one boost of mood noted down. Literally the only boost of mood. Alright, maybe I'll just go with expression then. Take a hit of instrument and voice. Were those useful? It was useful when the bard came around, right? Decoration, instrument, or voice. What uses decoration, instrument, or voice? Not very many checks, right? I don't think so. there's over here, down in week 33. Yeah, there's so much failure coming, I'm sure. So everything is at even, which means this needs to be 80 or higher, potentially. Well, I'll leave it at what it was. I'll leave it at greater than 76. Because we don't know yet that 80 will succeed. Alright, so I can't do climbing either. I guess I can start working on no, I can't work on composure because royal demeanor's negative. Man, what a problem. Alright. Maybe animal handling? I guess I could do animal handling. Yeah, this is, like, I'm kind of going pretty deep right from the start. I'm just gonna start on intrigue, I guess. So, for the uninitiated, as I'm pretty sure the two people behind Sarah R47 are, this is a simulation game where I am taking control, essentially, of a princess. This is Elodie. Say hello to Elodie. She is the princess of the land. Her mother has recently died. She's 14, but she can't inherit the crown and become the actual queen until 15. So I'm guiding her through classes, potentially, as well as other various life choices, in order to teach her things that she needs to know, and hopefully live until she inherits the crown. Live through a full year of things. The furthest I've gotten so far, I think, is week 33. I've taken some notes over here. So the furthest thing I have down is week 33, when I died horribly because Kevan decided to start a duel with me. But I've also died numerous times beforehand. Basically, it's pretty easy to die and not very easy to live, so I have to decide how I'm going to skill up, basically, what I'm going to spend my time on in order to give myself the best chance of surviving and of doing well. Alright, so I can't do climbing yet. I can't do court manners yet. So what else am I going to need early on? I'm looking at... Yeah, I really haven't succeeded in living. I could go with foreign intelligence or foreign affairs. Either one would probably be useful. I'm sure foreign affairs and foreign intelligence is going to be useful regardless later on. I also want to start leveling up stuff in... Oh, what was it? Accounting and trade over here? To deal with the diplomacy stuff here. And foreign affairs over here with Banyan. Alright, so let's start working on foreign affairs and trade? Foreign affairs and trade. And we'll see if I can't get my mood out of depression. So we're going to go with foreign affairs. Foreign affairs is intrigue. No, foreign affairs is history. Trade is economics. So we're going to go with these two, and then hopefully next week I can do something about my mood and get myself ready to do court manners, which is under conversation. Is there anything that gives plus to conversation? Hang on, scrolling through stuff. Lonely gives a boost to conversation. So if I can get myself to lonely, that would be really good. But that's gonna be some work. Like, what gives lonely and cheerful? Very little. Negative conversation on pressured, negative conversation on depressed, which is where I am, plus conversation on cheerful. So if I can get cheerful all the way up... Oh, I'm starting with such a deficit on cheerful, though. Alright, I'll see if I can work on lonely. Let's see if that can happen. Well, these are my choices. These are the choices I've made. Week 1. You study the relationship of Nova and its nearest neighbors. Nova is the country that I'm nominally the princess of. The borders have been mostly peaceful in recent years, except for the problems with Ixion to the south. However, trouble may be brewing in Piraeus as well. You learn that even the smallest of villages has a central market, where locals can trade what they have grown or made with others who have different skills. And now I have potentially choices about other things I can do. How can I figure out how to be more lonely? Right? Sounds really weird. What's all that noise outside? Who's here? Oh, it's my cousins! And my aunt and uncle! Darling, we're so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. Thank you. You look well, niece. I still don't know what kind of voice to give Laurent. Hi, Lottie! Charlotte is easy. Hi, Lottie. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Spoilers, no. Yup! Mommy said we'd be here all month. Unlikely. Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. So that's my boost to cheerful, which is good. So I could visit people, or I can start working on... Now I have one less depressed. Oh, wow, I can get lonely and cheerful. Wow, almost every instance of lonely gives me more cheerful. That's cool. I don't think I want to be more yielding, though. Oh, I do want to be more yielding. Yielding gives me royal demeanor, so that's cool. Alright, I guess we're playing with toys tonight. Go! You spend the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favorite toys. It's childish, but you feel a bit better. So I'm probably afraid now? Current mood, afraid. Penalty to royal demeanor, so I still can't do, like, composure or anything. But I can definitely do court manners, which I'm just going to take a double hit of court manners here. And, oh, no, I can get climbing. No, agility. Dance, reflexes, and flexibility. I mean, I'm probably going to want reflexes at some point. Lower right? Oh, it covers character portraits. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. So this way it's just covering up the log button and the menu button. Excuse me? Not that these are particularly meaningful buttons that I'm going to be hitting at any point anyway. Alright. So... agility is boosted, which means I can get reflexes. No, she gets cheerful by playing with toys, but then she doesn't play with friends, which makes her lonely. I don't know. So... what are we looking at? I think I just take the double hit in court manners and try and get court manners up before week 5. If I was able to get to royal demeanor, composure wouldn't be a bad idea. Can't really get to royal demeanor, though. I think I just take court manners X2. Although, if I stay afraid and I do court manners reflexes, followed by court manners reflexes, that's better than doing court manners X2 plus reflexes X2. Because you get the boost. Or does it give you that anyway in the afternoon? If I do court manners twice in a row, will I get the conversation boost, the plus 0.1 for court manners? I don't think so, because I didn't get the boost from intellectual on economics. Okay. So it makes more sense if I want to do 2 reflexes and 2 court manners to split it up. What do I want to work towards? Can't do intrigue. But I can work on foreign affairs again, which is not bad. So let's do foreign affairs and court manners? I don't know how much court manners I need. Let's try that. Foreign affairs and court manners. So we got foreign affairs here still. We're going to take court manners for conversation. "4 years ago, the Duchess of Hellas tried to foment an insurrection in northern Ixion, just over the Galban River border. Not only did that fail, but in retaliation, Ixion pushed troops into southern Marie, and they are still refusing to leave." Oh, this is actually a major plot point, because what's-his-face, Kivan, gets mad over the Ixion stuff, but it's his sister's fault anyway. Good thing I know this. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank, and when to extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. Week 2. Alright, time to take notes. Week 2. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? Oh, this is when Juliana shows up. I have come to pay my respects in honor of your mother. You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. Jocelyn, pretty mad at lumens. What? I am a lumen, as was she, and like every lumen, I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the Crown Princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. Alright. So I think the goal here is to let her stay. I've never done arrest her, so I don't really know how that's gonna look. But if I let her stay, then she gets to chop up the snake for me? Alright, I'll let her stay. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. Oh, letting her stay is +1 willful. Alright, so if I... What was my notation for this? How did I denote choices? Okay. So it was just... here. Stay home gets me faith. Yeah, okay. So let her stay gets me willful. As you wish. Alright, and what is my mood at the moment? What am I going for right now? I still want to get a boost to conversation, if I can. Which is either lonely or... what? Pressured? I've got a list. Conversation boost is lonely. No, pressured is bad. Or cheerful. So we're going for cheerful and lonely again. Which is either walk in the gardens or play with toys. Do I want to be more yielding? What does yielding get me? Yielding gets me plus royal demeanor, plus history, and plus faith. But bad on weapon and lumen, which is fine. I don't care about weapon. Royal demeanor is actually going to be pretty helpful. I think that's a thing I want. So yeah, let's go with play with toys again. Or visit Juliana. Oh, jeez. No, I think we're just playing with toys. So this puts us still in the same place. We're still afraid. Pokapunk, thank you for the host. And we're going for court manners again, because I don't think I have enough court manners. And I could go for foreign affairs again. I'm boosted in agility and faith. When is lore going to be helpful? How much time do I have before I need lore? Let's see. We're in week 3, so this is where the snake happens. So it really doesn't matter what my skills are for this, because I'm not getting my composure up. My royal demeanor is shot. Always shot. So this indicates that I want to know something about poison for next week, and I need to know court manners by week 5. So maybe I just double up on court manners. Like, I really don't know how much I need. Or keep going on foreign affairs, I guess? Let's keep going on foreign affairs and court manners, because that's going to help me for here. And I'm just never going to climb, I guess? I should start doing climbing, actually. Let me do court manners and climbing and see where that gets me. Court manners and climbing. Here goes nothing. You practice climbing up and down fixed ladders, driving out any fear of heights and learning to move swiftly and surely. That's probably not enough. As the person of highest rank within the domain, no one may sit at any formal event unless you give them permission, and no one must ever turn their back on you. If they do, you are intended to recognize the insult. Alright, week 3. Charlotte is about to get bitten by a snake. Or not. I'm really not sure how this is going to play out. He loves me? He loves me not? Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really. I just like to play with the flowers. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ersul rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. No, not at you. At your feet? Princess, don't move! I'm pretty sure that no matter what I do, it's not going to affect anything. I can try and hold still, but I don't have the composure for it. So let's look down. You look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass! I love the bold. You can't help it. You squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. Alright, so look down led us to getting afraid. Hold still requires composure. I need to be plus willful, plus afraid. And then hold still requires a composure check. Alright, cool. No! Your cousin pushes you aside, and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Oh, we've made a mistake. Lottie! Too late. Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get an herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. Not necessarily dies, I guess, but Lottie gets bit if I look down. I'm sorry. I don't feel good. Yeah, no kidding. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. Alright, well, bye, Lucille. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Alright. So, where are we now? We're extra afraid. So if we can do something about afraid, that'd be good. And that might get us to lonely. So either negative afraid or plus angry. Which would be a 10 service, because there's nothing else that does either of those things. Or I can try getting more lonely again. And get further out of my depressed hole. Play with more toys. Play with more toys. Always toys. So this keeps me at afraid. Yep, as expected. Do I want more foreign affairs, or do I want to keep trying at climbing? I think I want to keep trying at climbing. Alright, so court manners and climbing. Again. You learn to evaluate whether a tree or a branch is safe to bear your weight. You study rules for formal dining, including the proper utensils for different dishes. As the queen, no one will comment on your mistakes, but they will notice them. Yep. Alright, here we are in week 4. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. It's a lot of people. It's certainly not empty, though. It seems like we get more servants every day. Suspicious. I was so worried about Charlotte after that snake bit her. But her mother said she's okay, so I guess it turned out all right. I definitely don't know enough about milk vipers. Maybe she has a guardian angel. So happy. I hope so. Alright, so now, if I play with my toys, yet again, I will for sure be lonely. Which is beneficial, why? Because plus conversation. Oh, and plus medicine. Interesting. Or I could visit Juliana. Am I trying to become a Lumen again this time? I don't know. If I'm trying to become a lumen, that means I need to get better at economy. In the meantime, I guess we're playing with toys. Wait, okay, so if I want to get better at economy... How do I do that? Economics. Is anything plus economics? Nothing is plus economics. Okay. So I just don't want to be willful or pressured. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not going to be pressured. Alright, we're playing with toys. So now we're lonely. Look upon my works. This is the face of loneliness. But the bonus to conversation is there, so definitely court manners. Do I need a second hit of court manners? How much court manners do I need? Let's assume I only need the one. And then boost to medicine. We could go for poison now. Eh? Not sure that poison ever comes up. When does poison come up again? Wow, 32. Not for a while. Herbs? Never. Battlefield? Week 28. Alright, so also not for a while. Chocolate. When is the chocolate? You're right. There's like a, oh, look, there's just chocolate lying around somewhere. Is that what that event was here? No. That was this one. No. Wait, when was that? I don't have notes on that. Battlefield medicine is over here also. Week 14. And herbs. Herbs is also here. Oh, I have to do the up and down because Notepad is bad. Okay. I should just be opening this in Notepad++. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright. So, not for a long while. Which means let's do court manners, and let's do public speaking. Or again into foreign affairs, or again into climbing. I'm kind of thinking... Not sure which one I want. Climbing supposedly is next week. Not next week, week after, week 6. So if I'm going to use climbing, it's going to be in week 6. And then in week 7, elegance or reflexes. But I have court manners. So that's fine. I believe there are multiple paths to victory. However, each path to victory is fraught with danger in its own respect. Alright, so let's go with... Let's go with court manners and climbing again. See if this is good enough for what I'm trying to do. You clamber up and down trees, able to fetch fruit or get a better view. I think that might be enough climbing for what I'm trying to do. You study the traditions of ballroom etiquette, how to politely accept or defer an offer. Ha-ha! And how to avoid the impression of attachment to an individual. This also seems important. Alright, week 5. One of the maids approaches for your attention. My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. We have a Duke of Sedna? Tee-hee. Alright, foreign intelligence and foreign affairs failed. And my foreign affairs right now, foreign intelligence... No, was it intelligence or affairs? I think it was affairs. My foreign affairs right now is 30, so I need greater than 30 foreign affairs? No, my lady, the Duchy of Sedna is in Talas. Look at her expression. I wonder if, like, the only purpose to this check is to avoid Alice thinking that you're dumb. They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the depth of, deeply regret, best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace! Aha! Court manners has succeeded! So it's probably 40 plus? It might not be appropriate for me to wear a man's gift in public, though. People would think it meant something. Don't wear it. Plus yielding. Oh, I got a choice. Hang on. Alright. So, court manners, 40 is a success. I don't know if 30 is a success. It might be. But we didn't test that. I suspect it's not. And then, don't wear it led to plus yielding. It's important to maintain the proper image. So now, I am very yielding. My current mood, in fact, is yielding. What does that get me? Bring up the notes! Yielding gets plus royal demeanor, plus history, and plus faith, minus weapon and minus lumen. Okay, so now we can get royal demeanor. That's pretty good. So where do I want to take my mood? What other things am I looking for? So near future, I've got this climbing that I'm going to be doing next week. Week 7, the maid runs down the steps, and I want to dodge. I can work on elegance, because I'm yielding, so I'll have courtly demeanor, or royal demeanor, whatever it is. Production plus trade for the printing press. That's actually something I want! I should have been getting trade! I should have been getting trade this whole time! Alright, so let's stop where we're at, and make a run on production and trade to see if we can get the printing press in time. Economics is negative at pressured and at willful, so yielding is fine. Production is also an economics thing, I think? This needs a comma. I think so. So staying yielding is fine, which means we can go visit some people and do other stuff. I've never had a printing press! I want to see what it's like! Alright, let's talk to Dad. What good is that sort of thing? I don't know. I have no points in either production or trade, so clearly I don't know the value of a printing press. Dad, what really happened to Mom? She was a lumen, a magic user. It was meant to be in reserve, to defend our domain, but she insisted on... You don't need to hear that. She used magic. It drained her strength. She thought it was harmless, and it wasn't. Eventually, her heart just... stopped. That's why I don't want you involved with it. Alright, so we've learned a few things about lumens. Namely, that it is a road to death, fraught with despair! The opinions that we've gathered on lumens may be a little bit biased, though. Alright, so what we're doing... Yep, here it is, production and trade. Alright, so we're just going to make a run on this. We're going to go trade and production. Heavy economics. Let's do it, boys. We're going to learn how money works. You learn that individual peddlers travel between villages and cities, some on foot with packs and mules, others riding horses or wagons. Sometimes different wagons group together to form a caravan. You learn that Sunset Bay off the coast of Duchy Mazomba is a prime location for fishing. What a great name for a duchy! Mazomba! I'm totally into it. If only I could live in Mazomba. Celine? What? Week 6. We have Celine. I don't know who Celine is. Maybe because I didn't visit Juliana? Alright. So week 6 could also be... Visit from Celine. Your Royal Highness, I would speak with you. Yeah, sure, whatever. What is it? You have many questions, and the answers are within your grasp. You need only choose to seek them. Speak to the Duchess of Ursul. She will guide you on your path. Okay. So visit from Selene, I suspect, happens when you haven't visited Juliana yet. Alright. The road we are already on is also a road to death fraught with despair. Yes, that's absolutely correct. So do I visit Juliana now? Do I care? Not immediately. Is there a benefit to doing anything else? I could explore the castle and become more afraid. I don't want to become more afraid. I want to stay yielding. Maybe I try to even things out, so I aim to become less pressured here, or more pressured and less lonely, which would get me super yielding, a little more depressed. I could do that. That's the only way to get pressured. Also the only way to minus lonely. Maybe I just attend service and minus my afraid. I could be willful. I don't want to be willful. Willful and lonely? I don't want to be lonely right now! Wait, do I care about lonely? What hurts my chances at economics? Pressured and willful. So anything besides those two is fine. Which means if I just work on being more even in general, that's going to be beneficial because then I can kind of audible into whichever thing I want anyway. Pressured and willful? Yeah, pressured and willful are both minus economics. So it doesn't matter what I do. So I think I want to try and get less afraid, try and get more willful, and try and get more pressured. So for the meantime, my first priority is going to be less afraid. But that gets me super yielding. Super yielding. No, less lonely. Less lonely. The only way to get less lonely is attend court, which is super yielding. Is there like a plus willful minus afraid or something? What is plus willful here? Sneak out, which makes me lonely. I don't want to get lonely. Ugh! Maybe I'll just attend service. You attend services in the Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. Alright, so same deal. We're taking a run at book learning and hoping that we'll figure out the value of the printing press by the time it becomes relevant. The most important trade route in the domain is the Kavala River. It travels through the center of your lands, and almost every duchy contains tributaries that feed into the Kavala, allowing goods to be shipped along it by boat. Cool. You learn how farmers in the Duchy of Marie rotate between fields for raising crops and fields that lie fallow. So this is the Maid. Yep. Week 7, Maid. So I'm going to fail the Elegance and the Reflexes. Elegance failed, Reflexes failed. Before you can react, she barrels into you, sending you and the sheets flying. Oh, my lady, I'm so sorry. Court manners success! Alright. So court manners succeeded at still 40, I think? I haven't changed it since the last time. I have to go check and see what I'm at. These things happen. It's not a big deal. Accept her apology. No real harm done. Please be more careful in the future. I think accept her apology was the option that unlocked with court manners. The other two were available beforehand. That gives me plus cheerful. Accept apology plus cheerful. Yes, my lady, thank you. So I guess the benefit of that was entirely down to cheerful? Huh. How good is cheerful? Plus conversation plus athletics. So if those were things I wanted to do... Alright, I'm less afraid. I want to become less lonely. which I guess means attend court. Which is going to make me super yielding, which means that in order to get less yielding, I'm going to have to do some sneaking out, which is going to cost me my pressured again. Alright, but let's try it. Sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father, and it may be important for your future. Alright, week 8. Moment of truth. Do we understand enough for printing press? Same classes. Go! Much of the domain's trade comes in from the Western Ocean. The capital city and your castle are located on an island near the mouth of the Kavala River, where it meets the sea. Kavaya? I'm gonna stick with Kavala. That makes this the most important location for trade in the domain. You learn that most of the domain's iron is mined in Sudbury and transported west by the Goan River to the Kavala. Can't even remember how I pronounced things like 2 seconds ago. There is a man here to see you. He wishes crown funding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. Man. No picture. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we will be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. If it really works, that could be a very important invention. Alright, so this succeeded, which means that printing press, production plus trade, 70 is a success. Well, 40 plus 30, I guess. If it really works, that could be a very important invention. Well, now I'm going to invest. I've never invested before, so yes! We would be happy to invest in your venture. Cool! I did it! I invested in a printing press! This is the first time I've been able to do this. I'm very happy about it. Alright. So what next? That was my goal. That was the thing I wanted to do. So what's coming up next? Foreign affairs, military, send troops. Court manners on the necklace, but I'm not wearing the necklace, so it's not going to come up. It's overhyped. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. So I think I want to be doing foreign affairs, because I've already got some knowledge of foreign affairs anyway. So foreign affairs is history. And right now I am yielding, which is plus history. Fantastic. Let's stick with this. So I'm going to attend court again. Foreign affairs. What else are we doing? As long as we're taking a look at stuff. So, foreign affairs is pretty boosted. Royal demeanor is boosted, and faith is boosted. Am I going to need royal demeanor or faith in the near future? We're over here. Week 10. Oh, if I want to send troops, I lose a lot of soldiers here, which is a bad idea. Foreign affairs. Just everything is foreign affairs. Maybe internal affairs also. So start on intrigue. Start on accounting. I'm gonna need some accounting if I want to get into the treasury. I think I need like 60 accounting to get into the treasury. Accounting or presence. I think we determined that accounting was 60 plus. Alright, so what am I looking at? I'm looking at royal demeanor and faith. This is like 80 divination or something like that in order to actually get anything out of it. Maybe it was just 60 divination, but it's still a lot of divination. I should start leveling Novan history, actually, is what I should do. This tests my archery skill if I try and execute her? I don't even remember this thing. Wow. Alright. Let's start working on Novan history, because I cannot get enough lore for this thing. So yeah, Novan history and foreign affairs. We're just gonna go all in on history. Tombula, to the north, underwent a peasant revolution shortly after you were born. The nobles either fled or were killed, and the new rulers have so far refused to establish official diplomatic ties with Nova. While they are not friendly, neither are they enemies, at least not yet. You read about the history of your domain. Hundreds of years ago, Nova was the center of a great empire, spanning the length of the western coast, as well as a few island territories. Over time, your influence has waned. So now Banyan shows up, right on time. So what are we doing with you? Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the country of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. Foreign affairs success. My foreign affairs... Alright, it succeeded at 40. I had 40? I think I had 40. His sister, the Duchess of Hellas, started trouble in Ixion 4 years ago, so they invaded his territory as payback. Military failed. Okay, I don't know anything about the military. I don't want to fight. I'm pretty sure I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangements. +1 yielding. Diplomat... No. Here. Send troops is plus willful, so not wanting to fight is plus yielding? If I might say so, you are looking particularly lovely this day. I hope you will think fondly of me. Is he flirting with me? He's almost as old as my father. Oh! He flirts if you don't have the necklace on! Fantastic. Alright. So week 10 is not going to be the outcome of a battle. It's going to be the diplomat instead. So that requires internal affairs, foreign affairs, and foreign intelligence. All of which is pretty much exactly where we're at right now. Like, we want to stay on yielding for that. So let's... Do I attend court and try and even out my lonely? Do I attend service and try and even out my afraid? Do I sneak out and try and even out my willful, my yielding? I think I sneak out here. Try to become a little less yielding. You sneak out of the castle to have a little fun. You enjoy your freedom, but your father won't like it if he finds out. So we're still going to be yielding here, which is fine. Oh, my foreign affairs was 30 plus. So I succeeded at that check on a 30. Yeah, court manners is 40. And the next one is going to be the diplomats. So, geez. I guess another hit of foreign affairs? that'll cap foreign affairs, which means that we need to start leveling up Novan history and world history in order to be able to uncap foreign affairs, as well as I kind of want to start leveling up intrigue. Let's do... What else is coming up? Still Novan history stuff. So maybe I do foreign affairs, like the Keythong. If I can get a success off of Novan history, that'd be cool. Because I can't get it off of lore. So let's go with Novan history and foreign affairs again. Because I'm not going to get enough intrigue to be relevant yet. And this will cap foreign affairs. Southeast lies the domain of Talas, with which we have enjoyed fairly cordial relations. Sedna, their chief province, borders the Novan Duchy of Elath, and nobles from the two provinces have been known to intermarry. Oh, so this is where I need... This is how much foreign affairs I need... Whoa, hang on. No, I didn't mean to click. Necklace. When the maid gives me the necklace... Foreign affairs needs to be 40. Foreign intelligence needs to be something, I don't know. The Duchy of Lila was not part of the pre-imperial Nova domain, but the western range of the Yevei nomads. A faction of Yeveni who wished to settle offered their allegiance... sentences. A faction of Yeveni who wished to settle offered their allegiance willingly to a Novan queen, and their chief was named a duke. Ah, I got my history above 30. Cool. Nova's history involves an endless slew of names and dates. Even as small as it's become, there are 10 dukedoms. No, 11 now, plus the royal line. You hope no one expects you to memorize every lineage. No individual may hold more than one dukedom, but nobles seek noble spouses, so titles often come together before being parceled out to heirs. Your father is Duke of Calaris, and his brother is Duke of Mazomba, still the best duchy. Bryn, Duchess of Hellas, is the sister of Banyan, Duke of Marie, and so on. Alright, the representative from Ixion is here. Be careful, no one wants to give up prizes that they have won. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Thanks, Banyan. Let's get this over with. Haha! Novan history success! At 30. Wah. Novan history. I don't know if I need 30, but I know that 30 is a success. So I need some way of marking that this worked. Question mark notation? But then I don't know what this is. Maybe this means that this would have succeeded at a 20 anyway? Alright, I'll see if that works. Hellas and Marie are neighboring duchies. Together, the siblings Bryn and Banyan govern most of southern Nova. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones. No, we will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. Foreign affairs success. Excellent. Internal affairs. Did I need internal affairs? It was the Duchess of Hellas who tried to take over part of Ixion's territory, without the support of my mother the Queen. We can be good neighbors again, without any lives being lost. Aw, foreign affairs failed. Foreign intelligence failed. Dang it. Foreign affairs needs to be greater than 50 in order to pull that off. I didn't need internal affairs at all. And who even knows? Alright. So, we have a lot of options. Pay off Ixion requires accounting and trade. What? This is still part of the same thing. Okay. Part of the diplomat event. I need more spaces here. Man, this is hard to read. Whatever, I'll go through this later. In the meantime, we are over here. So, pay off Ixion isn't even a... Oh no, offer him money. Yeah, okay. But I didn't like that option. That cost a lot of money. If we offer to punish the Duke of Hellas, people get pretty mad at me. I don't know if I can pull off bluffing and intimidating. I guess I could surrender the province and see what that looks like. By knowing my history or whatever, this option becomes unlocked. I wouldn't have this option otherwise. So maybe that means it's just a better option? Let's go with it. We appreciate that you feel wronged. One of our subjects attempted to instigate a rebellion in your territory. However, she did not have our approval for these actions. If you withdraw your troops, we will punish her. Your Highness! This is the fair solution. You have no right to invade us because of her actions. What manner of punishment were you considering? I mean, maybe it's just time to start killing people. We haven't tried that before either. Banyan's gonna be so mad if we execute his sister. I guess we could strip her of her title, but then where would her title go? I'm actually into commanding her to marry an Ixionite. Like, I think that's the solution I like, but I kind of want to try other stuff because I've already selected that one, and I have a sense of where that takes me. Alright, let's try stripping her of her title. Let's see what that happens. Okay, make her a commoner. So, punish her. Gives plus... Oh, probably. I'm sure this is going to be terrible for me. Plus willful? Almost anything that's plus willful seems like a bad idea. She will be stripped of her titles and forced to live as one of the common people. Your Highness, I must protest! No one will be allowed to benefit from sneaky attempts at stealing land. Not Hellas, and not Ixion. Nobody. Woo, Elodie taking the hard line here. Internal affairs failed. Uh-oh. That was where the internal affairs check was. Okay. Very well, we will accept this apology. This is outrageous! Out! Elodie's so mad. Oh, I love Elodie. She's the best. I'm pretty sure this did not go well for me, though. This is probably really bad. Alright, so I'm still working on Novan history for the next week, because I want to know more about the Kithong. Which means I kind of want to stay yielding again. Which means maybe I attend court? Here's the thing, though. If I attend court and then sneak out, like, these are two exact opposites. So the only benefit I get out of that is +1 depressed over 2 days, right? Because yielding and willful are opposites of each other. Same thing with pressured and lonely. Yeah. There's no benefit to doing attend court then sneaking out. You might as well just get depressed. Do I want to be depressed? Not really. I want some of this stuff to unlock. I guess I could explore the castle and become afraid. I don't want to be afraid. I want to stay yielding. Maybe I just visit Juliana and do nothing. Get lonely, get cheerful. I could walk in the gardens. I could play with toys. Visit dungeons. Let's visit Juliana. Now she's going to tell me about being a lumen. First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. Lore failed. Right. There is a lore test when I visit Juliana, whenever I visit Juliana. The source of power for any lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. Ooh, shiny. She holds out her hands. Light flickers above her bosom. And then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh. It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. Alright, well, we know that's in the treasury, because we are a time traveler. In the meantime, what are we up to? Week 11. So we're still doing Novan history. Where are our skills here? One hit of Novan history will actually take us all the way to cap. So maybe we want to start on world history to uncap history? Or maybe we want to start on what else is here? Internal affairs? Probably internal affairs. So Novan history and internal affairs. Not eternal affairs. That's something entirely different. Alright. Sounds good to me. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for the crown, and after him would be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. Aris, Duchess of Lila, is the mother of the Duchess of Mead, the mother-in-law of the Duke of Kigal, and the stepmother of the future Duke of Elath. People sometimes call her Nova's Eastern Queen. The Duchy of Sudbury is currently held in regency by the Countess Leek of Dis for her daughter Gwenelle, who is your age. She inherited the duchy last year upon the death of her father. There's a lot of names and places, wow. Novan history is capped, as expected. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the Old Forest. What's a Keithong? Oh my god. Also greater than 50. Hard. Hard life. A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Eek! Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. Wow, morbid! Jocelyn! +1 depressed. Just straight up get more depressed. Great. All of these negative things. Well, I don't know that they're negative. They're just on the bottom of the chart. Angry, cheerful, willful, pressured. What do I want to try and do here? Talk to Dad? Oh, that's a new talk to Dad. Or visit Juliana again. Oh no, talk to Dad here is to figure out where my thing is, but I know where it is. It's in the treasury. And he's not telling me about it. I could explore Castle, which presumably has some effect. Visit dungeons, plus yielding, plus afraid. Plus lonely, plus afraid. What mood do I want to be in? What do I want to try and do here? I want internal affairs. How do I get better internal affairs? Maybe. Okay, I could see that, Mr. Gecko. Internal affairs is intrigue. So is there a plus intrigue? Willful is plus intrigue. Cheerful is minus intrigue. Afraid is minus intrigue. So I want to try and get willful in order to be able to get intrigue? I guess that's fine. I don't really need more history. I've kind of got all of the history at this point. So I guess I'm aiming for willful? Which means we should take care of the economic stuff now, while we still can. If I'm aiming for willful, the best way to do it is by sneaking out. But sneaking out will make me lonely, which reduces intrigue. Damn it. Damn it! I guess I need to be more pressured? But then I'll be even further away from willful. But at least I'll be yielding, which gives me no negatives on intrigue. Alright, we'll just attend court again. So week 12 now. Talarist is going to visit. I think we didn't accept his proposal. And we have enough courtly manners to correctly not accept his proposal. Although I guess I could go for... I can't get more court manners right now. I would have to level up public speaking and flattery in order to level up court manners again. Let's see. So one hit in world history will actually get me all the way up to 20 world history. That's not enough, though. I need 25. I guess it's plus 2.19, given the intellectual boost. I need to be plus 2 point... what? Plus 2.5? Which means I just want to go ham on intrigue right now, I think. So, plus... I'm definitely doing internal affairs. What else am I doing? Maybe accounting? That's if I want to become a lumen. And I don't know that I want to become a lumen again. I tried that last time, and it ended up not going well. Turns out you need a lot of luminary in order to make it through trying to be a lumen. Or maybe you need a little bit more tact. I mean, either of those could be true. But if I want to get more economics, which isn't a bad idea... I could go internal affairs and accounting. It's not the worst. Or I could start working on my royal demeanor, right? Like I could work on presence or something? What else am I going to need in the near future? Divination or falcons, herbs and battlefield medicine. Oh, we're going to miss on the hospital. RIP hospital. It's too close. I'm not going to be able to do it. Like, if I just leveled up in both herbs and battlefield twice, that's not going to get me anywhere. That's going to be at, like, 20 each. That's not enough. And I really need this history stuff. So I'm doing internal affairs here. And I have Novan history capped, unless I want to go for world affairs. Court manners, I guess I could spend the class time on court manners to get it up to 50, but that seems like such a waste. I can't do archery because my weapons is -3. Holy crap. Alright, so over here, this is conversation. Any amount of conversation. So maybe I go into flattery? I think I go into flattery, because this is what's happening now, so flattery. Let's see if that's enough. So 1 hit of flattery plus internal affairs. Your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess Nyx, claims kinship to the old Merva line and originally asked your mother for title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother Duke of Merva. Is that a compromise? Isn't that just giving her what she wanted? I guess it's giving it to her brother instead of to her, which is still weird. You learn that it's important to make eye contact when saying nice things about someone. Okay, it's useful. So now Talarist shows up. Crown... what? This is week 12. Talarist isn't showing up. Is this the hospital? There is a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I came to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital. Hospital came early! Hospital! Why? Putting all the sick people together? Wouldn't that make them die even faster? We are not interested. Good job. Alright. Talarist isn't visiting because I didn't wear his necklace. So I'm getting the hospital instead 2 weeks earlier than I expected to. Weird. Alright, I'm ill-prepared and out of water, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in a sec. Please enjoy Long Live the Queen music. Alright. Back in action. So where are we? Woman attempted murder. Alright, so this is Novan History and Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs. Why is that so hard for me to say? So we need to level up more internal affairs, which means we're trying to do more intrigue. Which means willful would be nice, but as long as we're not lonely, or cheerful, or afraid... Oh my god. Can't be lonely, or cheerful, or afraid. So if I sneak out, that'll put yielding here, lonely here, so we'll still be yielding. Sure, good enough. Classes. So what we're doing, internal affairs and flattery? I guess we don't really need flattery. I don't have any other outfits yet? No, that's the only outfit I have so far. So we're still doing internal affairs. We could continue leveling up flattery in order to get it to at least 25, so that we can get court manners past cap. We can start working over here on world history. Plus 2.2, which means 5 times 4.2? 5 times 4.2? Is 21. Yeah, this needs to be... not even more than 0.5. Wow, that's so far away. So it's gonna take 2 hits of world history regardless. So maybe we start that, assuming that we want to get foreign affairs even higher than it is. Which is a question. I don't know that we necessarily want to keep increasing foreign affairs. We might. Let's see. So we're still looking over here. Still can't get archery. More's the pity. But with internal affairs and court matters and Novan history, so maybe we just do a double hit of internal affairs and try and get this as far up as possible. That'll take me to like 46-ish? 46-ish, I think. Sure, let's do that. The last Duke of Mead was the older half-brother of the current Duchess. His reign was brief and highly scandalous. He defied tradition to pledge himself as the life-mate of the old Duke of Ersul, then broke that off only a year later. He retired into seclusion and died still unwed. The Duke of Marie has paid suit to the Duchess of Ersul to no avail. The Duchess's brother is opposed, as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Ersul is actually more interested in the Duchess of Hellas. Neither has ever been linked to a man. Okay. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder, and requests the mercy of the crown. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon, when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Corisande, the Duchess of Mead. His other full sister is the wife of the Duke of Kigal, and his mother is the Duchess of Lila. Family ties are complicated. Okay, so that was a success on Novan history, which we're at 40 plus. So is that all we need? Are we going to need 30? Let's figure that out later. Is she alright? She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. So Corisande is the one that she is convicted of attempting to murder. Charmion is fine. And then there's all this other stuff going on. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's justice it is! Them devils killed me brother, and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her, they did, when she went to see why he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier, when he never would. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. Internal affairs, partial success. Alright, so at... what are we at now? 40 plus partial. This might have something to do with the last Duke of Mead. He was involved in all sorts of scandals. I can ask the Earl about her story. This has not come up before. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? I need to know if she has any justification for her actions. Okay, this has come up before and I've messed it up before. Alright, so this needs to be greater than 40. So, with the partial success, ask Earl for her story requires court manners at greater than 40. Did the old Duke kill her brother? Are you accusing my family? I'm asking what happened. The honor of our line is far greater than that of the wet-bottomed child who sits the throne. Oh, Kevon got mad. Right. Right. Without warning, the Earl of Io draws a dagger and slices the convict's throat. No one harms my family! No one! He throws the blood-stained blade to the floor and walks away. Oh! That Kevon! Like, I'm just mad? I don't know if that's an appropriate reaction to him slicing somebody's neck in front of me. Well, whatever. Alright, so week 14, Owl, which we just straight up ignore. We don't care. Which means that we're looking at conversation, except this only happens if we're engaged to Talarist. So I don't know what's going to happen here. Which means we want to look at plus decoration or plus elegance if we want to lead the parade. Plus elegance would be courtly manners, or royal demeanor. Royal demeanor, not courtly manners. So royal demeanor, well, with yielding, that's exactly where we want to be. So let's attend some more court. And, work on elegance, I guess. So internal affairs, where were we? Stupid visit with Banyan or Kevon here. So our Novan history was 50. Our internal affairs was 40. So we got a partial success, but we could have succeeded more. Asking Earl for her story led to a court manners check, which we failed, and court manners was at 40. Okay, great. So that's all settled. So now we're looking at potentially parade, which means we want decoration or elegance, presence or decoration or elegance or composure. We probably want to boost court manners. We definitely want to boost flattery. Public speaking, court manners, and flattery. And then a bunch of Lucille stuff, which, well, that ended pretty badly when we actually tried to do anything with this. So we're not gonna, I mean, we haven't done any luminary at all, so we're not gonna be doing anything with that anyway. So we're looking at getting my conversation up, as well as getting my royal demeanor up. So I think I want to focus on elegance above decoration. They're pretty much the same here, but if I look further down the list, what is more useful, elegance or decoration? Based on what I found so far, at least. Court manners is still going to be real useful in a lot of different ways. I don't know what the difference is for these. So let's actually go with decoration, because I know there's one separate check for... Where's decoration? Oh, decoration is an expression. Since I have the boost to royal demeanor, I'm going to go for elegance, because that's going to be easier to get. So we're going to do... Is it a double hit of elegance here? Or elegance flattery, and then start working on trying to get court manners above 50? Choices. It's week 14, and this is all prep for week 17, so I have a fair amount of time. So I'm going to do elegance and flattery, and then start working on public speaking as well, because that's useful here. So yeah, elegance and flattery. You practice walking along a narrow rail, taking each step carefully and focusing on your balance. You learn that flattering comments have the best impact when kept short. Gushing makes people feel awkward. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. I don't know anything about divination. That's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. Elodie, come on. I think I want to start getting cheerful again, which means either walk in the gardens or play with toys, both of which are the same, because yielding is already capped. Let's walk in the gardens. A walk in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens on your shoulders. So same deal? Elegance and flattery? Do I still need flattery? My flattery is above 25, so if I want to get court manners uncapped, I need to start working on public speaking. And public speaking is beneficial to me over here anyway. So a question that I don't have an answer to right now is, on a mechanical level, this is asking for court manners plus flattery. Does that take 48 plus 26? Or is it because, like, the levels only matter at 10s, is that 40 plus 20? It's probably 40 plus 20. Alright, well, I'll have enough time, I think, to actually level up court manners past the cap if I do 2 hits of public speaking now. But we're still doing elegance, so elegance and public speaking. You practice standing and walking with books balanced on your head. You practice the elegant way to hold and sip from a teacup, your pinky slightly extended for balance. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. Brutal. Remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. That's this. A grand ball. There will be dancing. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected if anyone means you harm. Think on it now, decide later. Word has come from the factory for books that you funded. Oh ho ho! So this is, printing press success leads to something. They have assembled enough equipment to begin printing test pamphlets. As their royal sponsor, it is your right to decide the content of the first printing. Test strategy failed. Oh man. Strategy. Man. I have no idea. Religious doctrine? Pro-Lumen propaganda? or poems praising your mother? Poems praising my mother doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly helpful. Pro-Lumen propaganda will probably yield plus willful, and I don't know what else that'll do. Religious doctrine will... What? What am I expecting religious doctrine to do? I have no idea. Let's pick it. Plus yielding. I was already capped on yielding anyway, it doesn't matter. We should take this opportunity to celebrate our devotion to the gods, especially the good lady. The temples will be pleased by your piety. Will they? There is a letter for you as well. It's from Bryony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her uncle Kevan is absolutely furious about that woman's trial. Right, Kevan is the one who's going to try and kill me later on. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Alright, so what are we doing? What are we working on? We're still working on elegance. We're still working on elegance and presumably public speaking to try and uncap court manners, which is fine with our current mood. If I try and sneak out, that'll put yielding here and lonely here, which will still leave me as yielding. And then if I lead the parade, I will get cheerful, willful, and pressured, which puts everything closer to even, which is probably where I want to be. I probably should have sat in on the debate, on the thing, to level out pressured versus lonely a little bit more. Then I can always sneak out later. It was kind of a waste. Alright, whatever. So we're still doing the same thing, right? We're doing elegance and public speaking, because public speaking needs to get above 25 in order to uncap court manners, and elegance needs to go up. You are strapped into a corset and hoop skirt, and practice walking with these. The corset makes it hard to breathe and twist, and the skirt sways out of control if you move too rapidly. You take deep breaths, and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room. You have unlocked a new outfit. Ooh. Today is the procession and planting for the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? You damn right I'm leading the parade! The people will recover from disappointment. Whatever. The parade and make a speech? Do I want to make a speech? Oh, my public speaking is crap. Alright. So lead the parade. Stay home is a faith check. I'm not staying home. I'm leading the parade. The question is, do I also want to lead the parade and make a speech? No, let's try this. Let's see if this gets where I want to be. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. Oh, decoration failed and elegance failed? Man! Plus cheerful, plus willful, plus pressured, and it's still part of the same thing. So there's decoration and elegance, which are two separate checks. I still don't know anything about decoration, but plus elegance needs to be greater than 40. Blah. Alright, well that was a disaster. At the end of the route, you help the priestesses turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. Then the new life is blessed, and all the attendants join in song. The procession regroups to return to the castle. What do I even get out of that? I have no idea. Alright, so now I'm just working on... I still need another hit of elegance. Like, Presence, decoration, elegance, composure. I've got stuff uncapped, so I can level up court manners some more, which I'm gonna do, because wow. And then... more elegance, I guess? Elegance to 50? Or start working on other stuff in Royal Demeanor? What's my mood at? So I can pretty easily get to Lonely if I want it. Can I get to anything else? Is there plus Depressed, plus Willful, plus Pressured? Oh, there is. Not plus Willful. That'll just keep me at Yielding. Really easy to stay Yielding with this setup, man. I can visit the tomb to get more Depressed, and that would just make me Depressed, period. Is Depressed good? Depressed is Expression, but minus on Royal Demeanor and Conversation. What we're doing right now is... Conversation is our chief thing. So between the two things we have available right now, which is Yielding and Lonely... Lonely is plus Conversation, and minus Royal Demeanor. Yielding is plus Royal Demeanor, but no effects on Conversation. So if I want to get Elegance again, then I need to stay Yielding. If my goal is just Courtly Manners, which it might be, then I can go into Lonely. But then what? What am I going to do with that? Then I have a penalty to Intrigue also. I'll just stick with Yielding. Is being depressed good? When is being depressed good? It turns out being depressed is good sometimes, but certainly not yet. So I just want to stay Yielding? Maybe I'll just go talk to my dad. This is plus Yielding and plus Afraid. Is Afraid any good? What does Afraid get me? Agility and Faith, and then penalties to all of the things that I want to do. No, Afraid is not good. Is there anything that's good? Is anything plus Intrigue? Nothing is plus Intrigue. Ugh. Nothing is plus Intrigue. Nothing is plus Economics. Awful. Oh no, Willful is plus Intrigue. So maybe I want to aim for Willful? That is a real question. Gosh. Also, hi, Dark Twins. How's it going? Oh, man. Like, I could just keep attending court and stay Yielding forever? I guess that's fine for now. But, like, these aren't useful bonuses. I need to start aiming towards something else. What am I aiming towards? Eventually I'm going to want to do Intrigue, which is probably Willful, which, yeah, like you said, is Willful. That cuts me off a Royal Demeanor, but for now... For now, I can only really be either Yielding or Lonely. If I'm Lonely right now, that cuts me off a Royal Demeanor, which doesn't matter too much, because I'm not doing Royal Demeanor today. I guess that's fine. And then I can aim for getting more Willful later on. So now we're Lonely, which gives me a boost to Conversation. Oh, right. And I have the tea dress. Ooh. This is a great outfit to go to a gala in. Alright, alright. So now we can level up Court Manners some more, which seems like it's going to be really important. Because next is the gala, right? And then I want... Oh, I was going to level up Elegance. Was I going to level up Elegance? It's conceivable that leveling up Elegance would help. But, I don't know. I just don't know. Or Decoration. Or Composure. Or Presence. So anything in Royal Demeanor or Decoration. I'm just giving that up for lost. Hopefully I have enough elegance. If I don't have enough elegance, then I don't have enough elegance. So we're going for court manners, because all of the court manners seems good. Flattery is decent right now. Maybe I want it to be higher, or I want to get foreign intelligence, but my intrigue is down, so I can't get foreign intelligence here. So maybe we go... Actually, we probably go... Yeah, court manners plus flattery, and see if that gets me something good. So we have conversation court manners and conversation flattery. Perfect! Do the thing! You memorize the correct title for every servant in the castle. Treating servants with respect ensures good service. To directly challenge someone's honor is to declare war. Well, this is what we needed. Never make a public accusation. Alright, alright. So now we know how to deal with Kevan. We need at least 60 court manners. Where is this stupid thing? Up here. Here? No, where's Kevan's stupid? Here it is. Court manner needs to be 60 plus. Probably 60 plus? We're assuming court manners 60 plus is correct there. Never make a public accusation of cowardice, treason, infidelity, or murder unless you are prepared to face mortal enemies. And on that note, you study the etiquette of dueling. Right, because Kevan's going to try to kill me. Alright, so that's something to prepare for. You learn that it is always better to compliment people for their personality and their choices than their physical attributes. Ah. Visual elements are best to flatter on first meeting. They are expected to be noticed right away. If you've spent more time with someone, suddenly complimenting their attire will ring false. Helpful. Kevan is such a jerk! Alright, well, here we go. Am I ready for the grand ball? Ready as I'm gonna be. I haven't been preparing for this my entire life, but it feels like it sometimes. All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp! She's still wearing this tea dress. This is so good. I love it. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. Alright. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Presence failed, elegance failed, everything failed. Elegance needs to be more than 40. Alright. Lesson learned. Where are we? Here. Elegance needs to be greater than 40. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. So I already got this. Great. Love it. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. Oh, I totally forgot how to learn how to dance. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kigal alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. I'm not sure that I trust the Duke of Kigal. Do I know anything about the Duke of Kigal? This is not telling me anything I need to know. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want, and you will not be denied. Yes! Intrigue plus court manners succeeded! Alright, so I gotta make sure... So first is intrigue plus court manners. No doubt every noble family with eligible sons dreams of a royal wedding. Your choice will raise some hopes and dash others. Feuds could be born here. Court manners plus intrigue. Plus... Yeah, it was just general intrigue, right? Which succeeded at... My court manners is ridiculous. It's like 70 right now? And my intrigue is presumably like 40? Whatever, it succeeded. I'll check the values afterwards. The Duke of Kigal has not yet named any of his sons as his official heir, but his second son, Linley, was always kind to you at school. If you wish to show favor to Kigal, Linley would be your choice. The Duchy of Elath is currently held in regency for its young lord Adair, who is only 12 and a head shorter than you are. Elath is a rich territory, and at least little Adair wouldn't try to take any liberties. Dancing with Banyan, the Duke of Marie, could be quite awkward if you did not actually wish to marry him. He has been waiting years for a powerful heiress to accept his suit. Not all nobles are created equal. You could choose someone charming and unimportant, like the Earl of Mima, a territory too minor for anyone to consider it a threat. However, the major families might eat him alive afterwards. If you wish to distract attention from your marital prospects, you could choose someone clearly ineligible, one of your uncles, or an older family man like the Earl of Ishtar, or even a woman, though that would be mildly scandalous. Whoa! Okay, this is a lot of choices! Why is the Duke of Mazamba showing up? That's my dad's brother? That's my dad's brother, right? I think I remember that. That's just to show, like, if I want to dance with someone ineligible, so as to not push attention onto my marriage prospects. I don't know. Maybe Linley's okay. Maybe Linley is someone that I want to get married to. But then it shows favoritism towards the Duke of Kigal, which is, I don't know, inoffensive? Kigal hasn't offended me. Banyan's kind of a sleaze? But at least none of what I'm doing is showing any favor towards Kavan or towards Team Charlotte. Examine the women? I don't think I'm willing to examine the women yet. All right, let's go with Linley. This is something that I haven't had the opportunity to explore before, so maybe this is a good idea. He bows to you with great courtesy, and you begin to dance. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when, and trip over your own feet. Oops. Alright, so I did Linley. No matter who I choose, I'm going to have to try dance. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. I don't know how I didn't already have it written down that somewhere at the gala I would need a test on dance. Jeez. There we go. You comfortably interact with your peers, leaving a wise word in every ear. So this is the court manners plus flattery. This is... I think if I fail on this, that's when this comes out. So failure gives me the court manners check to decline balance. Because I don't remember any of the rest of their names. Like, I know her mom is this... Wait, no, her mom is Lucille. Okay, I remember one of their names because I have it written down here. But overall, they're just people I don't want to be interacting with if I can possibly avoid it, I think. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention? I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her respect for tradition and the rights of the nobility means that we can all sleep safe in our beds. This is sarcasm. He is fomenting rebellion. Our mother entrusted the jewel of her lands to my sister Bryn, a bequest which the princess holds in honor. That's not a thing that I'm doing. The blatant falseness of his words grates on your ears. He's challenging your honor in front of the entire assembly. Yep, I don't like this guy. Aw, composure failed. No! Alright. So, with, stripping title from Bryn comes a test for composure, which I have 0 in. Whoa! Well, if I challenge him to a duel, I'm losing. So, I guess I'm gonna order his execution. Wow! I was not expecting that. Execution leads to plus angry. I don't have to listen to this! Guards! Off with his head! Hey, Aridolimo, how's it going? Ooh. Do you see? Impulsive, violent, and chaotic. Is this really what we want in our leader? Guards, I said arrest him! A guard steps hesitantly towards the Duke of Marie, but the other nobles join ranks around him. Well, I'm dead. It's over. Everything's done. This was awful. Traitors! Listen well, all of you. I respect our royal line. I make allowances for the princess's youth and recent tragedy. But in these troubled times, we require strong leadership. In light of her inexperience, I move that the princess be married to the strongest available candidate. That man will then hold the throne as king regent, to protect our princess and our domain. As the sole eligible duke in Nova, that duty would fall to me. What a sleaze. I really need to get this guy killed earlier. So you admit you're just trying to take power for yourself? There is no other choice. He really just seems like an anime villain. Like, that's the only way I can think of him. Like Tuxedo Mask, but evil. You clearly could not wed your own father or uncle. Young Elath is still a child, and the Duke of Kigal is happily married. You know, I think I'm trying to voice him the same way that James from Team Rocket is voiced. For the stability of Nova, I am the only candidate. By right of blood, Elodie is your queen. Elodie would retain her title, and her children would inherit, but we cannot afford an incompetent queen. Ooh, this did not go well. Oh, come on! I even have some public speaking. Public speaking plus presence. Public speaking plus presence. Failed. I am not incompetent! Way to stand up for yourself, Elodie. You're doing some good work here. It would seem that no one is listening to you anymore. My positions... I don't have the voice grid that Twinge does. I call for a vote among the dukes and duchesses of Nova. Do we leave our fates in the hands of a child, or do we take action? The vote of Marie is for change. Caloris stands with the queen. She is my... Oh, Laurent! I almost forgot about this guy. She is my sister's child, and I her stated heir. I cannot vote. I abstain. Mazomba stands with the queen! All hail Mazomba! This is the first I've seen Armin, though. Ursule stands with the queen. Yes, Juliana! My baby! Ha, thank you for the follow, Ari. Nice to have you around. Kigal stands with the queen. Ah! Ha-ha! 'Cause I danced with his son. Yes! Leek, Duchess Regent of Sudbury, Countess of Dis. Sudbury stands with the queen. She's a Lumen, isn't she? What do I know about you? Oh, what do I know about you? I don't remember anything about you. Former husband Yannick, husband the Duke of Hellas. Okay, so she's in the, like, Hellas area. Man, I need to study up on my intrigue. Coruscant, Duchess of Mead. Coruscant... She's associated with Kavan. Mead votes for change, because Kavan wants to kill me. Lila votes for change. Isn't she also in the Kavan? Yup. Yeah. Kavan's mother. Jeez. No, that wasn't Charlotte's mom. I recognize that that's a difference. Elath agrees with Lila. Aw, Fabian, no! Okay. Hellas stands with the queen. Good job, Bennett. You do a bit of quick tallying in your head and realize you've won. The votes have been cast. Look at that smug little grin. Good job, Elodie. The votes have been cast, and I remain queen, and you remain a traitor to the realm. One who has just attempted to lead a coup. Your life will be your apology. Guards! After that, it seems that your remaining guests have little stomach for light entertainment. Welp, that was interesting. Wow. Okay, so this stuff doesn't even happen if I get into this mess. Alright. Oh, man. Alright, now what am I doing? Holy crap, what am I working on now? Sirin comes up. Yeah, I mean, I'm alive, right? Like, that's a good step. The game continues. I need to learn some accounting? Sense magic? Sense magic's not gonna happen. I guess I want to level up climbing. So I'll go for flattery and climbing for this week? Or I could work on composure. Composure does seem like it's going to be useful at some point. Oh! And I want to get instrument for the bard! Oh, jeez! Man, these are some choices. These are some real choices here. Okay. Fills me with determination. I love it. Yeah, I guess I know who most of my enemies are, but, like, those are all the people that I knew who were my enemies anyway. It was all the people associated with Kavan. And, I mean, Marie, who's now in jail, which is excellent. So, that's cool. Man, if only I had enough composure here. I'm not inherently opposed to my dad getting some. I don't know. I'm not even sure what's in character for Elodie anymore. Like, she's just all over the board. After all the different runs I've had, she's just trying everything. I guess I'll level up flattery and level up climbing so that I don't die when trying to get the letter. Alright, so what am I looking for? Flattery is under conversation, which I'm lonely still, right? Yes, excellent. Plus cheerful. Cheerful would be good. If I lose my lonely, I'll get depressed. And I don't want to be depressed because I want to be able to level up conversation. As is conversation and medicine. Athletics, which is what climbing is under, is good for pressured, but that's minus conversation. I can get minus both conversation and athletics if I'm depressed. Yay. There's nowhere where this is good. Alright, so we'll stick with lonely. Which means what? If I'm going to be doing pressured, I also need to be doing cheerful. Or I could just play with toys. I might as well just leave this at the even mark, though. And walk in the gardens? I get cheerful if I visit the dungeons? That's amazing! How does that work? Oh, I get cheerful because what's-his-face is in the dungeons! Ho 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 ho! Affected by cruelty? That's the first time I've seen that. What does that mean, affected by cruelty? I'm cruel? I guess because I've had people killed. I like this game. It is definitely a game that I never would have played had I not been streaming, and I don't know that I would like it as much if I wasn't streaming it. But this is now my third time streaming this game, and I'm definitely enjoying it. You sneak down to the castle dungeons and amuse yourself by poking the locked-up peasants with sticks. Poor fools. And I'm still in this dress! I completely forgot about this dress. Alright, what are we doing? Conversation. We wanted to level up flattery? Was it flattery? Where are we? Yes, we wanted to level up flattery to make sure that Sirin knows just how badly we feel about her. And we're also going for climbing. More climbing. Yep. Flattery and climbing. Flattery and athletics, climbing. Ooh, man, all of the flattery. How good. Small personal details help make the recipient of your flattery feel that you have truly noticed them, which is always better than a simple, how nice you look. Most people want to believe that they are successful and well-liked, more than they want to believe that they are handsome. Play to those beliefs, and they will be inclined to enjoy your company, even if they should know better. A certain class of dramatic personality believes utterly that they are ugly and unpopular, even if this is untrue. Flattering their appearance will make them pull away and mistrust you. Instead, compliment their intelligence. This tends to be their weakness. Dang, really good advice. You practice climbing up and over a wall with the aid of a well-anchored rope, leaning into the wall as you push in with the balls of your feet. This is still not going to be good enough to get that letter without falling. I'm pretty confident. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You're too kind, Jocelyn. Countess Sirin. Not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noblewomen go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. How dare she make a move on your father? Man, next run I'm going in for composure. This is not okay. So, I mean, flattery I've got, so let's do that, right? Tripper as she passes seems really childish, and I want to see what happens when flattery succeeds. Good afternoon, Countess. What a lovely brooch you're wearing. It reminds me a bit of one my mother used to wear. So this succeeded. Flattery, oh my god, I forgot to check what these were at before. Alright. So flattery succeeded at 70? 80? I think I'm 80 with the dress. But I don't know that that's exactly how much I need. I probably need less than that. I suppose... Ooh, Elodie! So sharp. I suppose you have an eye for valuable prizes, don't you? Ready to leap in and snatch them the instant they become available, to keep them out of anyone else's hands. Wow! It's a little over the top, hon. I should go. Bye! Nice. Alright. Success leads to plus cheerful. In case that's relevant. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman, nothing more. She wants something more. And it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful how you deal with people like Sirin. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. Not true! Or are you forgetting the coup that happened last week? Many dark looks were aimed your way at the gala. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Isn't that what I have agents for? Intrigue succeeded. And I know it's not that high, so I need to come back and check what my intrigue is. It is just intrigue, which is all of the different intrigues. Interesting. Yes, but you must give them direction. What is your greatest concern? 100% on noble plots, because Kivan is definitely plotting against me right now. 100%. Unless that's assassins. Oh, jeez. I don't know which of those to pick. I mean, I think if Kivan is going to do anything, he's just going to come against me directly, right? I guess I care most about noble plots. I need to know what the other nobles are up to, and whether anyone is plotting behind my back. As you wish. Cool, that worked out well. So now I still want to go climbing, which... Athletics, pressured, cheerful. Oh, I could do it with cheerful. Except everything that gives me cheerful also gives me lonely. Oh no, unless I visit the dungeons. And that'll give me angry and cheerful, which might make me angry? What does angry get me? It doesn't affect my athletics, so I could still get climbing here. Except climbing is almost capped, so I'd want to do the other things around climbing. What week is this? Week 19? Where am I going? I'm here. So, presumably, I want to learn about accounting before the taxes things happen. Alright, what is negative economics? Pressured and willful. So staying lonely is fine for that. So if I go lonely and cheerful, that'll be okay. And then leave yielding where it is. And I have no accounting at all. Oh, geez, this is gonna suck. Okay. So I could just double hit accounting here, or I could start trying to get climbing above cap. Oh, and I wanted to check to see what my values were for the different things that I just succeeded on. So flattery succeeded at, yes, a boosted 80+. Intrigue succeeded at a total of 40. Oh, twinge. As long as you're around. I had a question. So, I know that individual checks only care about multiples of 10, 30, 40, 50, whatever. If it's a combined check, like this one, public speaking plus presence, if they're both at 45, is that as if they're both at 40 for the purposes of that combined check? Or does that check take into account their adjusted values, so it'll succeed at a 90? At any rate, my intrigue here, 40 plus is enough. 40 plus might not be too much. Might be too much. I might need less than that. I can't imagine getting to here and having less than that. Okay, that would be cool. Alright, good to know. So I have to actually... Whoa. Wrong button. I have to actually make sure that I'm keeping those values into account. So public speaking and presence failed at 39. So greater than 39. Court manners and intrigue succeeded at 79 plus 46. Which, I mean, that's pretty clearly going to succeed. Are we counting how many times Twinge has put Kappa into the chat? What else was here? His composure failed, I don't know. Court manners and flattery, we never even got this far. And then, these are all the numbers I needed. Okay, cool. Alright, so what am I doing? Am I trying to uncap climbing? Am I trying to cram accounting in preparation for this taxes thing? Oh, jeez. Alright. But then how do you know if you have the golden kappa? I think I want to start working on getting ready for the bard. Because having the bard as my agent seems really useful. So I need to have higher foreign intelligence, higher intrigue in general, which I'm not going to do as lonely. Ugh. Or I can start working on instrument and voice? When am I going to need more public speaking? Am I going to need more public speaking? Presumably. During the tournament, potentially. But that's still a long ways away. If I even survive that long. Okay. So let's just cram accounting and see if that helps. I think it's unlikely to help. But we'll see. Alright. Economics, accounting. Economics, accounting. Go! You brush up on basic mathematics with the help of an abacus. You study the manipulation of larger quantities through direct calculations, using written numbers instead of an abacus. You study money lending and the controversies involved in charging interest. According to the Druids, one should always return more than one is loaned, or else the debt gave no value to the world. God, I saw that last time, and that's still, like, such a weird opinion. I unlocked a new outfit! Hooray! It is the time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. This is not going to work out, is it? The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. Partial success? Okay. So 30 was partial. I really don't understand all of these numbers. Maybe I should leave them alone. Oh, that gives me the options to keep them the same. Alright, sure. I think they're fine as they are. As you wish. Alright, that did something. Next is the Condemned Man. And that's gonna suck. And then this thing. Where... I don't think I want to go for climbing. I think I'm still on this. So I want to be able to do intrigue. And... I guess instrument and voice. Wow. Okay. So I definitely need to be less lonely. Nothing's gonna get me less lonely. I have... less lonely out of Attend Court, but that's not even going to make me yielding yet. Oh no, it will make me yielding! How is yielding for the stuff that I want to do? Fine. No negatives. I can at least get to intrigue again. Alright, we're attending court. God, I'm just always yielding. Alright. So now I can go into, I guess, a double shot of foreign intelligence? Oh, and I unlocked a new outfit! What did I unlock? The tuxedo! Boosts economics! Fantastic! Seeds for the order of events. I believe it's all scripted, based on what you've done and what you've unlocked in a given run. There's been a couple of situations where, like, I've seen events occur in different weeks, based on what other stuff happened in that week. But other than that, I'm pretty confident that it's all... I mean, I think that included, right? Like, I think that changed because a thing that was otherwise happening in that week wasn't happening in that week based on my previous actions. So, I'm pretty sure that it's all, like, 100% scripted. But yeah, pretty complicated, wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, observe. This is a mess, and this is maybe halfway through the game, maybe? If I'm lucky? Like, the furthest I've ever gotten is week 33. And this is a lot of notes for that. So... intrigue. I want intrigue. Hang on. Next, I don't know what's happening in the next. We're gonna go back to the tea dress. Workshop support. That would be really interesting. That seems like it would be really complicated to try and script your own thing for it, though. I guess maybe you could do small changes, like change one week or change one event or something. Generally, we want intrigue, with a ridiculous amount of foreign intelligence requirement here. Or instrument and voice. You could do instrument and voice together? or start working on trying to uncap intrigue. Let's do foreign intelligence and instrument? I ended up not doing very well over here with whatever instrument values I had last time. So sure. Where does voice matter? I'm not even sure where voice matters. Let me try foreign intelligence and instrument and see how far I get on that. That's a good point, Ari. The current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talas. Oh. So if I wanted to go out kingdom for my marriage prospects. You tap out chiming dyads on a glockenspiel, learning the basics of harmony and rhythm. You are requested to stand in judgment. A man has been convicted of the murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. Wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me. They twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and make me clean again. Sense magic failed. Yup. Demons that make you attack people? Is that even possible? Yes, it is very possible. Well, I'm not going to pardon him. Imprisoning him makes him blow up my prison. Executing him kills me. So I guess I'm one of these. I haven't actually seen what pardon him looks like. Maybe pardon him was actually something I want to do? Ever? Let's see. Where are we here? Condemned man. Sense magic. Imprison costs me money because he blows up part of my prison. I'm pretty confident that execute is just game over. Let's see what this looks like. Plus depressed on pardon. I'm very sorry for your loss. The monsters are responsible, not you. Don't blame yourself. The priestess of the Royal Grove will take care of purifying you. Bless you, your majesty. That it? That's it? That's it. Okay, great. So yielding is probably fine if we're still going for intrigue and stuff. How do I get intrigue? I need to be willful for intrigue. How do I get to willful? I'm pretty far away from getting to willful. This is the same setup with like nothing over here and these two matched down here. Oh god, willful is so hard to achieve. Get cheerful and angry? I guess I could get angry. What does angry get me? Plus weapons, plus military. Minus on royal demeanor. Minus on expression is a problem. What's plus expression? Depressed? It's hard it's hard for the bomb squad to detect magical ability, unfortunately. Close am I to getting depressed? Pretty far from getting depressed. I could visit the tomb, and then I'd be depressed next week. Which is maybe good enough? Does that ruin my chances at intrigue? No, that's actually fine. Okay, cool. So let's get depressed. You pay your respects to your mother's tomb, and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. So we're still going for foreign intelligence and instrument, I think. because I kind of know what I'm gonna get after them, and I'm not particularly interested in pursuing the Lumen path on this particular run. It feels a little late to get much out of it, and like I'll have to concentrate just an incredible amount in order to see any value from it. So I'm just avoiding it entirely, and talking to my father and talking to Juliana at this point, as far as I know, don't get me anything other than potentially starting me on the path to being able to learn Lumen. So, I mean, that's something I'm going to do at some point, but yeah, not this run. So, what next? Foreign intelligence for sure. I guess foreign intelligence and instrument? Still working up towards this thing and hoping that 40 climbing is enough. Otherwise we're just going to be all the yielding because we got hurt again. And I guess I have to test it, right? Okay, so foreign intelligence and instrument. Yeah, an instrument. So same again. The domain of Shanjia, across the sea to the west, has been steadily increasing in size, and now controls a wide range of coastline, as well as most of the navigable rivers. Why is navigable such a hard word to say? Navigable rivers. You learn to play notes and scales on a simple wooden recorder. Oh my god, even in this world they make kids play recorders. Awful. My lady, there is a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed. Yeah, sundress. It's a tea dress, I think it's called. It improves my ability at conversation. It appears to be a poem, describing you in a manner that is entirely inappropriate for a queen. I what? With a squid? Alright, so that's hilarious, gives me plus cheerful. I don't want to be cheerful because I'm trying to get depressed, so that's terrible. Who writes this garbage? Terrible gets me plus angry. Just then, an incredibly unlucky breeze swirls between the windows of your tower bedroom, tugging the paper out of your hands and off into the sky. You stick your head out the window to discover the poem caught and fluttering on the roof nearby. You can almost reach it. Is 40 climbing enough? Probably not. Let's find out for science. You take a moment to look at where you'll have to climb in order to reach your target. Partial success. Okay. 40 is partial. It doesn't look that bad, but you know your safety requirements, so you put together a simple rope harness just in case. Good night, Ari. Good to see you around. Climbing up onto your roof is awkward and uncomfortable, but you manage to achieve your goal and get back inside without accident. Yes! Success. Alright, so we're still trying to get depressed, which means we need plus depressed and something that manipulates this column, or willful and pressured. So depressed and yielding I can't do. Depressed and afraid is fine. There's no other source of depressed. So let's visit the tomb. You pay your respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. So now we are depressed, which improves my bonuses over here. So I need to go... Let's see. How far away am I? So that was this. I don't know what's going to happen in week 22, because the only time I took notes on week 22... I think you're right, because the climbing description talked about rigging harnesses, so partial success is great. Like, it didn't affect my, my mood, so that's great. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen this week, because my notes are on a particular path that I didn't go. I'm not engaged to a dare, so I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm going to wear the economics outfit just in case. And what am I trying to do here? Still need more foreign intelligence. If I want to be able to uncap foreign intelligence, I should start on ciphering. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, the notes that I have here is, if I fell, if my climbing didn't succeed at all, it wouldn't be a critical fail, but the fail is pretty bad. You fall, you're injured for at least a week, maybe multiple weeks, and you get +4 yielding and +2 afraid, so it just really ruins your mood. And injured is a truly awful mood. Minus agility, minus weapons, minus athletics, minus animal handling, no bonuses. Which is, yeah, bad. So we're still trying to get stuff here, which means foreign intelligence and I guess more instrument, right? Like, just do that, see how well that goes. Keep going, keep doing the thing. The political disruption in Tombula in recent years has caused a disruption in their chocolate production, which is to the benefit of Nova, particularly the Duchy of Kegel. Really? Kegel is a chocolate producer? Alright, cool. Since their recent revolution, the Tombulans have twice begun gathering troops on the Novan border. Both times, their camps were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. How convenient! Whoa. Oh. Did I just back up by... Interesting. Huh. Fascinating. Okay. Yeah, probably Lumen intervention. That seems very likely. Apparently I can mouse up and cancel out of classes by going straight to outfit. I don't know why that works. Alright, this is done. You practice with the recorder, learning to recognize tunes that you hear and replicate them. You practice major and minor scales at the keyboard of a pianoforte. Yep. Oh, Fabian dies. Wow, ugly. Okay. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elath, has passed away. This isn't really a surprise. He was pretty old. The problem is the political implications. With the control of Elath in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. Oh, this is the same thing. Shodan Kid, thank you for the host. So... I don't know where you've heard good recorder anything, Dark Twinge. That sounds both fascinating and something that I'm not entirely convinced I want to pursue. His stepmother, Aris, the Duchess of Lila, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. No! 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 She voted against me! I remember her. This would, however, leave her in personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. Not to mention she's closely related to the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kigal. That's a success. That was Novan history, right? Or was it internal affairs? Oh, I don't remember what just came up. The long name of a pianoforte? No. She could control almost the entire eastern half of Nova. People already call her Nova's other queen. I don't know anything really bad about her, though. Internal affairs failed. Alright, this is a test I really want to be able to succeed. The boy does have a... Okay, so this is regent for Adair, not just Adair. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar. Or you might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. The Earl of Ishtar has suggested another possibility. You and Adair are both young, not too far apart in age. He requests that we accept the boy as your future husband, and keep him here at the castle. So, I think I said marry him last time. If I remember correctly, sending him to his grandfather is opposed by someone I trust, which I don't remember for sure, though. I guess we could send him to my uncle? Because I don't think I want to marry him. I think I want to reserve my maidenhood for potential alliances with Sedna or something. Send him to my uncle. What about your brother Armand? He would be a safe pair of hands to watch over Adair. As you wish. Alright. So, mood now. We still want... We're kind of in the same place. I still want to be leveling up my intrigue, and I still want to be leveling up my voice. So expression. So stay depressed, which means that if we can get something that's either willful or pressured to kind of even stuff out, and just leave depressed where it is. This is the only source of pressured. This is the only source of willful. And I can't afford to get more lonely, or more yielding, so I can't do either of those. Dang it. Can't afford to get more cheerful, can't afford to get more depressed, or more lonely, or more... I can't do any of these! Literally none of these are good! Ugh! Alright, I guess we're talking to Dad. Dad, what happened to Mom's Lumen Crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. Oh, well. But it's mine! Plus willful. Huh, okay. Okay. So this... I have a chain of Lumen visits. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Good night, Dark Twins. Thank you for the good luck. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now, you are still a child. So we actually figured that out, Mr. Gecko. Because I've had an execution ordered, it now appeals to my cruelty. So I guess I'm just like this really cruel person now, and going to the dungeon makes me like I get to poke at, you know, all the poor people that we've interred there and be like, ha ha ha, sucks to be you guys. And I guess that makes me cheerful. I don't know, it's crazy. Alright, well that was something. And I'm still depressed! Hooray! That's exactly what I wanted. So I can still do Foreign Intelligence Instrument? Is that what I want? Foreign Intelligence is capped. So if I'm doing anything in Intrigue, it should probably be Ciphering. Instrument is now capped also, so I should probably go into Voice? So Ciphering and Voice, I guess? Because I do want to uncap Intrigue. That seems like it'll be really important. Alright, Ciphering and Voice. I'm trying my best to get appropriate points for the Bard here. You practice reading words whose letters have been arranged in reverse order, the simplest of transpositions, which anyone literate can puzzle through if they try, but sometimes useful to hide information in plain sight. You practice deep breathing exercises to build up your ability to sustain a note. Bonus from being depressed. Hooray! There is a woman here to see you. She is a musician and wishes crown patronage. Alright, well, moment of truth. Let's see how well we did. Which means money. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I have dabbled in musical styles from many countries, and can entertain your guests and lighten your evenings. Immortalize me in words? I wonder if she wrote that filthy poem. Oh, this did not come up before. Foreign intelligence failed, intrigue succeeded. Musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. So this, I know I have to be higher than 70 to make that work anyway. But this just succeeded. at some value, whatever the value is. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. It's okay, but nothing special, so instrument plus voice succeeded. Which means I have to go back and fill those in. Ah, I forgot to fill in for Novan history. That's alright, it hasn't changed. That means she has other talents. Test her for secret skills. You are familiar with the traditions of many locations, yes? Can you also perform accents? Aye, mum, that I can. What about juggling? I can keep a set of dangers in the air. Wink! Wink! Interesting. I look forward to all you have to tell me. We'll have to talk privately to see how much she knows, but I think she might be useful. Alright, great. Great! That was a wild success. So the next step is logistics and trade? Does something here? Something? Reflexes and archery, battlefield medicine? Court manners? Oh my god. This is gonna be awful. Whatever this is gonna be awful. I think I just have to decline going to the party. So let's see how well we can do with this vague flash, whatever it is. So logistics and trade are both economics. So I just need to be not pressured, not willful. Okay, I can probably handle that. So let's try and even things out. Not pressured, not willful. I could... Let's see. If I sneak out, that'll put this here and this here. So that'll make me lonely? Do I want to be lonely? Not really. I want to keep my intrigue up. Depressed doesn't hurt my intrigue, so I could stay depressed and be fine. But it's not giving me a bonus to anything I do want to do. I guess I could go yielding and then potentially put some points into royal demeanor as well. So that would be attending court. Okay. Yes, and check intrigue levels. Check for my results for this past session. Alright, so skills currently. Novan history, success at 50. Might be lower, but we know that succeeded. Internal affairs was 40, so this failed at 40, so we need to be greater than 40. Foreign intelligence needs to be greater than 70. Intrigue, which is collectively 89, 99, 107. Instrument plus voice was 58. Okay, that's pretty good. So we can, assuming we want to do a little bit more science on this for next time, we can put that a little lower and try some more stuff. Okay, and now we're going for, what, logistics and trade. Logistics is military. Oh, I didn't even realize. But I definitely want to level up trade some more. Might as well start leveling up logistics, start doing stuff in military. Sure. The second most important seaport in the domain is Ursulia, on the Teku Bay. Ursul is the only duchy with no access to the Kavala River. They send their goods south to you by ship. Over 100 years ago, a canal was constructed through eastern Lila, so that ore from Elath could be safely transported past the rapids of the upper Kavala River. The Duchy of Lila financed the canal's construction, and still receives a toll for every boat which passes through. You learn about the types and amounts of food required for an army on the march, and how long they will remain edible. You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. Oh ho! So far, he's enjoying himself with your Uncle Armand in Mazomba! He says the trees look different, and there are a lot more frogs. He looks forward to visiting the Lookout Fort at Shepherd's Point. Adair, quickly getting to the heart of the matter. Very succinct, dealing with only important issues. Like the number of frogs in Mazomba. You also receive an update from your agents. It would seem that the Duchess of Lila is not pleased with your actions, and is putting out feelers amongst the other nobles for support. Yeah, good thing I didn't send Adair to you, you harpy. If she means to rebel against you, that is treason. Unfortunately, she's a long way away, in her own power base. Calling her to order may not be easy. Still, the longer you wait, the more dangerous she may become. I could send assassins to kill her. Huh. Is this really the kind of ruler I want to be? Maybe I should just send the musician. And then I can, like, court manners my way past whatever she's doing and be elegant or something? I don't know. Off with her head! I mean, I guess I've already started executing people, right? Maybe this is just the run where I just execute people. Yeah, the musician is going to be my spy. I'm going to send her to spy on people for me. I mean, as long as I have the spy, I should probably use it, right? Sending soldiers to arrest her isn't going to work. It just flat out is not going to work. And that's going to bring other people to her side. Sending assassins to kill her might make a martyr out of her, which could make things worse for me. But it'll definitely cut off the rebellion at the head. Because I don't think there's anybody else who's really fomenting that much rebellion. Kevon's just going to try and kill me, because Kevon. So maybe the assassins will work? But as long as I have the musician, I want to use her. You summon your musician, which is to say, your spy. Travel to other noble courts. Try to find out what Arisa's grievance is, and how dangerous it might be. We'll see who dances to her tune. Alright, cool. Got what I wanted out of that. Still looking at logistics and trade, which means I want potentially plus military something or other. Whatever I do, I'm either going to be depressed or yielding. There's no way to get around that. So between depressed and yielding, I think I want to be yielding now. Because expression doesn't matter to me anymore. So let's get cheerful. Cheerful and angry. Let's go visit the dungeons. Could do that. And that won't move yielding at all. But it'll make me less depressed. Sure. I like how visit dungeons and visit tomb are like exact opposites now. You sneak down to the castle dungeons and amuse yourself by poking the locked-up peasants with sticks. Poor fools. It's kinda heinous. Maybe I should have just sent assassins. I don't know. Alright, now we're yielding. Which means we can start leveling up composure and presence if we want. But in the meantime, I'm still just going for, what, trade and logistics? Trade and logistics. Alright, do it again. The rise of annual fairs helps draw craftspeople and performers to different locations around the domain at different times of year, ensuring wide access to a variety of goods and merchants. However, this also diminishes the power of the capital and the guildmasters. Disruption of sea trade would be disastrous. The Navy keeps regular patrols against pirates, and a lookout is always maintained at Shepherd's Point to warn of enemy approaches. You study the kinds of equipment that soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armor, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. Bandaged. Aw, come on! Alright, it failed. Staring up into the sky out your window, you notice a strange flash of light. A falling star! Pretty! Failure leads to plus cheerful. Your musician has returned from her wanderings. Your Highness, the Duchess of Leela is like a shepherdess whose favorite lamb has gone astray. You mean Adair? In her eyes, you have stolen her child to make him your family's plaything. It is a personal grudge. I do not know whether your nobles would consider that worth rebellion. Probably not, as long as nothing happens to Adair. Alright. See, I don't need to send assassins. Everything is fine. So what am I going for? This was a disaster. This is not going to work out well. I know it's a bad idea to travel to the party, so I'm not gonna. Which means I need more court manners, if anything. So it needs greater than 40, which I have. Gift from Leela, foreign affairs. Give to Elise, cruelty. Oh, really? Okay. Question mark. Alright, so let's start working on foreign affairs then? Foreign affairs is part of intrigue. Yes, yes. Foreign affairs is history. I'm fairly good at foreign affairs already. We could get better. We could get better. Foreign intelligence is intrigue. Foreign affairs is history. So let's look at this. This is what we're aiming towards, because I think I'm okay on the court manners here. So foreign affairs is part of history, which means I want to get better at not pressured. Yielding is okay. Yielding is pretty good, actually, here. I'm going back and forth on it, Mr. Gecko. I don't know. I need to be... Let's see. Where else is history? Just not pressured. Yielding would be best. Which is what I am at the moment, so that's fine. Let's see. Ideally, I could get cheerful. I could play with toys, walk in the gardens. I don't want to get more yielding. But I'm okay with walking in the gardens, even though that gives me plus lonely. Because I can get pressured back here. We'll walk in the gardens some. I don't want plus lonely, but I do want to even out this stuff. Like, ideally, I would get willful and pressured. Or, honestly, like, ideally, I just get one of each of these. That'd be great. And that would put yielding right in the middle. Maybe I just don't. Okay, so what else am I planning for, then? What else in the future am I going for? I'm going for... decoration, potentially, for tournament prep, production and trade, or the actual tournament, which requires reflexes and running in order to avoid the duel. Or I could start playing with weapons. How do I play with weapons? None of these are plus weapons, but yielding is minus weapons. Really, none of these are plus weapons? Oh, angry is plus weapons. Okay, so I could start heading toward angry. Okay. And in the meantime, we're going for... Where are we? Week 26. We're going for... foreign affairs. Oh, which means we need world affairs. World history. Maybe a double hit of world history? How much bonus do I get out of world history? History's huge right now. Oh, man! So I'm getting 4.3 per tick. 4.3 per day, so 4.3 times 5 is 21.5. So I need 2 hits of world history in order to uncap foreign affairs. Okay, so 2 hits of world history. Yep. You look at a globe of the world, reading names of places so distant you can't remember ever hearing about them. The other areas left blank because no explorer venturing there has ever returned. You read about the western continent, Giavar, where civilization flourished so long ago that the ancestral Novans were still living in caves. No one knows what became of them. The population vanished without a trace, leaving only their enormous stone buildings. Like Easter Island, kinda? In the distant past, the Yeveni tribes to the east rode great beasts with spines and tentacles on their heads instead of horses. Oh, Kithongs! The bones of these creatures are sometimes found in Lila and Mead, and their tusks are valuable to crafters. You read about the northern continent, Borealis, where the first lumens in history were recorded, and how the discovery of magic shaped their development. Yay! I unlocked a history outfit! What a beautiful day! It's nice to stop and breathe sometimes. Nothing else going on. Alright, so am I trying to get angry here? Or do I want to be yielding again? Angry... How does angry affect my history? Angry doesn't affect history, so that's fine. But it doesn't say that I need world history for Kithongs, Darkstar. Like, that was only in world history, which is, like, the test for Kithongs is week 11 or something, right? And it's asking about Novan history or about lore. Either of which need to be above 50, which is just a ridiculous amount of whatever that is. Also, I'm assuming that the failure for the Kithongs over here is what leads to the depressed. I don't think you get depressed if you succeed in either of those tests. Alright, so I can go angry here and that's fine. Or I can try and stay yielding in order to keep the boost for history. But yielding has a penalty to weapons. I guess I could go into... I want to be able to accept Kevon's duel and beat him. But I guess I can stick with yielding and then go into the reflexes or running. Both of which I think are athletics. Or one of them is probably agility. Either of which are fine. Okay, so we can stick with yielding. And do what? I can't get willful without getting lonely. Oh my god, that's so awful. So maybe I just need to do more pressured? But pressured in a way that doesn't give me more yielding? Options! I could get less angry. I want to be more angry. Let's just get angry. Let's do it. Oh, now I'm angry. I got a new outfit. Scholar's gown. Boosts history. Cool. So now we can go back to learning more about foreign affairs. Is it foreign affairs or foreign intelligence? What did it want from me? Here. Foreign affairs. Okay. So it is foreign affairs, which is now uncapped, right? Yeah, foreign affairs is uncapped. And I can start learning how to weapons. So let's learn how to swords, I think. I have no idea when polearms comes in handy. It seems ridiculous. So, yeah. Foreign affairs and swords under weapons. Foreign affairs. Weapons. Swords. What outfit do I need right now? I need an outfit that helps me with divination, so none of my outfits matter. I'm going to the tea dress right now. Oh my god, she's so cute with like super angry in the tea dress. Ah. What a mess. Alright, alright. These are my choices for classes. Moving on, we're going to learn about foreign affairs and how to wield a sword. That's what's happening. Because the Lelands are descended from Yeveni castouts who were officially shunned, the Yevane nomads do not acknowledge that Lila even exists. They treat their western border as an invisible wall, and Novan emissaries as travelers from an impossibly distant land. Fascinating. You take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. Oh, okay. My lady, there are letters from you. What? Did it happen already? This should be the invitation. This should be... Oh, okay. Another letter from Bryony. Why does she keep writing me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwenelle's birthday party. That's right! Gwenelle is about to turn 15. She'll be Duchess of Sudbury for real now. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwenelle and I were friends at school, and this will be a big event, but it's also a long way to travel. A lot of things can happen on the road. Divination failed, yup. Send my regrets. Because I don't want to get shot. I'd better stay here. Yes. Yes, you'd better. We are not set up to save you from being shot. Alright, what is my mood right now? I'm angry. So now, I can take the willful hit. Actually. Send yielding to here, pressured to here, and I'll still be angry afterward. Let's see. So that was week 27. So now we're over here. We're not traveling to the party. We're missing the party. So we want to wear the outfit that keeps up our court manners, our conversation, which is the outfit I'm wearing, yeah? Tea dress, conversation. Perfect. Which means our court manners are at 79. Oh, maybe we do court manners then. I still want foreign affairs here, but maybe I do court manners instead of swords to try and level this up? I don't know how much court manners I need for this check. I know I need greater than 40. Well, right now I'm at 80. So let's just leave it and see if that's enough. So, foreign affairs and swords. Same as before. One more time. Over the mountains to the northeast lie the deserts of the Purius tribes, who are traditionally hostile to Nova, but too lacking in resources to mount a credible threat. Small groups of Purian raiders are sometimes found in Kigal and Sudbury. The domain of Terrax. Terrax? Dang. Far to the south, has a warred with Ixion on and off for centuries, even when both were part of the Novan Empire. Your grandmother assisted the Ixionites in putting down the last disagreement 32 years ago. Oh, good job, Grandma. You practice slow swings to move your blade to precisely marked targets, building up your muscles and control. You drill with a partner, attacking and blocking in carefully timed patterns. All of my friends are at Gwenelle's party and I don't get to go. Oh, really? Holy crap. I sent Gwenelle a letter saying that I couldn't come, but it was her mother, the Countess, who replied. I think she's insulted that I didn't consider the event important enough to attend. Wow. Alright, well, rip courtly manners. Another hit of foreign affairs, and I think we're just keeping on the same trip. So we want to stay angry, which means we want to be pressured. Like, these are just bouncing back and forth. What am I even doing here? Can I be, like, less lonely without attending court? God! Lonely! Lonely! I guess I could visit the dungeon again and poke more peasants with sticks. Like, I really want to keep my weapons boost right now. So I can't do anything which gives me lonely. I can attend court, and that'll just even out my sneak out from last time. Alright, well. Skills. Foreign Affairs, week 29. So this is going to be the Foreign Affairs thing, which means outfit, get better at the history. Classes. I really shouldn't need to cap Foreign Affairs for this, so I should probably be okay, which means I can take a run at weapons and try and uncap, right? Because I'm going to need to uncap swords. So I could just do archery and polearms. You learn how to twist and wax bowstring from a variety of fibers. You learn about a variety of long weapons, from the quarterstaff to the spear to the halberd and glaive. Matters have come to a crisis. Whoa! This is not what I was expecting! Holy crap! I thought she was just gonna send me poison. I can't believe people listened to her this time. Stupid musician, my musician failed me. Aris, the Duchess of Lila, has declared civil war. What? Apparently she feels that you are a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kigal. Kigal, no! I showed you favor! Why would you do this to me? The Duchess of Sudbury is with Leela. We knew that. Oh, no. Because I failed my courtly manners. She got more people under her banner than I expected. No! Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. The situation in Hellas and Marie is less clear. Oh, military. Oh, wait, okay. Gift from Leela, hang on. Alright. Rebel alliance is forming. Military. If printing press. Military at failed. Whatever it is. Get them to write up some sheets to denounce Aris. If the soldiers read those, they might change their minds about following her. I hope it will be effective. There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have available. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. I think I'm okay. I don't think criminals will make trustworthy soldiers. And honestly, I've spent a lot of time poking the peasants in the dungeons. That doesn't sound like it'll turn out well. I think polearm in this case just refers to any kind of long weapon. So quarterstaff, while not bladed, is still wielded in kind of the same way that a polearm is, or a halberd or a spear or whatever. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak. Balls. Bloody hell. This is not where I wanted to be. Okay. So all that's left is the tournament. That's the big thing. So keep on keeping on, man. I gotta stay angry. Still no way to get willful without being lonely. God. Alright. Let's just visit Juliana and see what she says. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. The world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of Illumin to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. What drastic action? I feel like I ask this question each time, and I don't remember what comes up. What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again. Okay, so drastic action doesn't do anything. older, I will find a way. I will find a way was probably plus willful. Dang it, that would have been good. I'm gonna say no visible effect, because who actually knows? Alright, so this thing that just failed was military, and we have literally 0 in military? Oh, we have 23.9 in military, because we spent a couple of hits in logistics. I'm gonna have to look up mechanics of this game, because some of these numbers aren't particularly... Alright, archery and polearms again. You learn to cut, fletch, and tie arrows. You learn about different styles and sizes of bows, long, short, and recurve. You practice walking while carrying a long weapon, getting the feel for its size and weight, and learning to maneuver without banging it into anything unintentionally. You learn the basic stances, grips, and positions for staff fighting, and how to block a blow without crushing your fingers. You've unlocked a new outfit. Huzzah! The negotiator for the rebels has arrived to speak with you. Whoa! Surrender now, and I will be lenient. We are not here for our surrender. We are here for yours. You have one chance to avoid needless bloodshed. Agree to marry one of Duchess Arisa's sons. She will become your regent and guide the domain into stability. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Compromise? I am willing to marry her son and listen to her advice, but not to give up my crown. Oh, public speaking. My ancestors were kings and queens when Arisa's weren't even Novan. I am the queen. Nothing she says will change that. Alright, that could have been a bit more diplomatic. I am afraid that is not good enough. Surrender now, or prepare to meet us in battle. No. Then battle it must be. Plus angry. Welp. I am the angriest right now. I can afford a hit of afraid if it lowers other stuff as well. So if there's like afraid and willful, which there isn't... I think I still want afraid though. Maybe I just attend service and -1 angry? Because I don't want to be more lonely. Yeah. You attend services in the Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm your heart. So what's my new outfit? Tabard! Oh, dang! She looks like a squire. That's not particularly badass. It could be better. Alright. I guess I needed the tea dress for last return. Hey, Netoen! How's it going? Skills. So what just failed? It was public speaking. Oh, which was really low. No wonder. So we need greater than 20 public speaking. Alright, well that's lesson learned, I guess. Next week is just divination, so I think we just take a double hit of swords here, honestly. We really need to level up on swords, because we are probably going to be dueling Kivan. So, yeah. I just want to get past the tournament and survive to see new material. That's my main goal right now. Alright, swords and swords. Do the thing. Oh, you're about to go to work. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that's right. You live in the Europes. Somewhere out there. Europe or Asia. I'm actually not sure whatever region you're in, whether it counts as Europe or Asia or whatever. Somewhere near Russia. I don't remember which particular country you're in, though. Probably Asia, then. Anyway, You practice moving with a blade, sidestepping, charging, and lunging. You practice using your blade to disarm opponents or shove them backwards. You spar with a partner, trading blows while looking for openings to tag each other. You begin to work with a metal blade, getting the feel for its weight and edge, as well as learning how to care for it. Not exactly, Neto, and no, I'm sorry. There's a lot of countries over there, and if I say the wrong one, that's even more offensive than just not saying anything. War rages for control of Nova. Wow, this was not what I expected. Okay. As defending queen, you are required to... Oh, no! I have no military! I have no military! Mistakes were made. You are required to take personal control of your forces. Battles are won and lost, fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is unfortunately not in your favor. Your forces are overrun, and the castle falls into Arisa's control. You are taken prisoner and locked into the deepest royal dungeon under heavy guard. You are still alive, for now, but no longer the ruler. Damn it! No! And so the reins of power slipped from Elodie's grasp. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. Well,